Hello everyone, it's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. Today, Aptera was on CNN. CNN is, a major news channel and was a big deal for them to cover Aptera. And Aptera, Chris Anthony was talking to them and giving the interview. And there wasn't anything new. There wasn't any new information. I'll put a link to to them to the video below in the description. But there wasn't any new information for us that have been following Aptera for a long time. But this is, hopefully good exposure for them. CNN is a major mainstream channel, and so I was hoping that this little bit on CNN was going to give them a lot of exposure. But looking at Google Trends, I don't think that it's given them the kind of exposure that we're hoping for. So let me get out this full screen here. And I'm going to Google Trends. And if you look at Google Trends over the last 5 years, you see like not much activity. Then right here let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Then right here in December of 2020, there's a huge spike, and this is when Aptera relaunches. So the Aptera, the company as we know it, launches in early December of 2020, and that's where you see the huge spike in interest in Aptera. Then it kind of peters out, and then various things go up and down, and then right here, um, April April 17th of 2022, there is a big peak, and that is, I went back and correlated it. That's when the Rich Rebuilds video went out. And so there was a big spike in interest at that time. And I noticed a big spike in interest in my channel after the Rich Rebuilds. And then you see right here, this early June spike, that's when they went to the Electrify Expo. This right here in July, that's kind of their Delta reveal. And then this latest bump in, well, that was their Gamma reveal. And then this is the Delta reveal in January, so where they do the Delta build. So there's very clear things that you can correlate that with. But then if you look, and so you can look at the past hour or the past 4 hours or the past day. If you look at the past day, there hasn't been much of a spike because of the CNN piece. So let's look at the past 7 days. So you would expect if the CNN piece gave them a bump, you would see a huge spike here in the last day. There is not. I looked at this Google Trends when the Rich Rebuilds thing happened, and there was a big spike that day. So I think it tells us a couple of things. Like mainstream media just does not have the pull anymore that it did, and I think that especially for a vehicle like the Aptera, which is somewhat a niche vehicle, and the people, it's not like the people that are just going to buy like the Ford F-150s and Toyota Corollas, like quote regular people are interested in a vehicle that looks really odd like the Aptera. There is a certain demographic of people that are interested in the Aptera, and I think those people don't watch aren't that invested in mainstream media anymore. And so CNN, it hasn't had as big an impact as other outlets. Um, so I think that's what's going on, because I was really hoping that I would see this huge spike, or like if you look at the last 5 years, we would hope to see something like this and another large bump up. Now I think that this 5 year thing does not have the resolution to see today's information, so it might be too early to show up. But definitely in the past 7 days, we would expect to see a bigger spike, because there hasn't been any big news in the past 7 days that would outshine CNN. Like the largest interest in the past 7 days was here on April 15th. So I don't really know why April 15th was a day that was really important for them. And then here was another spike in interest at 1 a.m. today. So I don't know why at 1 a.m. today there would have been a spike in interest right here. I don't think that's when the CNN piece hit. The piece hit probably sometime around noonish, or maybe a little bit before noon. But anyway, there's not a big spike, and a little bit disappointing. Um, but that, I think that just goes to show you that it's just a little, it's a different audience that are of people that are interested in Aptera than CNN. Okay, so that's what's going on with Aptera, and I think it's pretty interesting to watch these Google Trends, and you can very well see what's causing these various spikes. Like this is definitely the rich rebuilds, and this is definitely Electrify Expo. This is the Gamma reveal. I could go back and figure out what this spike is. I'm sure there's something that correlates very well with this. And this is the Delta reveal. And this is the launch video right here. This is the launch announcement, which we've never, it has never captured the Google interest that we have on the launch video. Okay, well, tell me what you guys think about the relevance of mainstream media these days, and what kinds of things you think are going to drive this interest up on Google Trends. Because we do need to have more people find out about the Aptera. I think that there are people that have not heard about the Aptera. I just don't think that those people watch CNN. I think the people that have seen that CNN piece are people that already knew about the Aptera, or people that didn't know about the Aptera saw the piece and they were like, that is weird, I'm not interested, I'm not searching for it. And they're not searching on Google for it. Because I think if they were interested, the first thing that people do is go search for it and get more information. And that just did not happen. All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.